What up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with another dope reaction for you. Well, it's Saturday and we've been reacting some amazing videos, and I just got a notification that Mumbo Jumbo has uploaded a brand new video called Playing with New Blocks in Minecraft 1.19, The Deep Dark. Yes, fam, that is right. The snapshot for 1.19, The Deep Dark and the Warden is officially out. I'm actually trying to make a video out of it, but I can't figure out how to switch to creative because it won't let me. / game mode, creative won't work. Holding down F3 and toggling F4 won't work, so we'll see. But in the meantime, we get to see Mumbo play with some new blocks from the update to hold us over. So I'm beyond hyped for this, guys, and please show Mumbo some love by subscribing to his channel and liking the original video. And if you enjoy my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it great helps out the channel. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo. It's game time.
Well, this is exciting. Mojang have just released an experimental snapshot that introduces a lot of the features from the Minecraft 1.19 Deep Dark.
I'm so excited to play it.
Zoom. I don't know what to do without my Optifine Zoom. I guess I could use... It's not called a telescope, is it? Ah! I'm getting distracted. Look at all this stuff. We have got sculk sensors. We've got the sculk. Apparently... Sculk is considered a redstone block. Sculk veins also considered a redstone block. We've got sculk catalysts and also sculk shriekers. This is all very exciting indeed.
Why is it?
I just had to try it out, you know. I had to give it a go. It was in the redstone section.
That is weird. Why would it be in the redstone section?
Alright, I thought my dream of bluestone had finally come to pass. So today's video is all about getting to grips with all of these new...
You know Mumbo got so stoked too when he found that in the redstone section. He's like, oh my, oh. This is a game changer. It changes everything.
New additions to Minecraft and just seeing what we can do with them. By the way, every single time that you see me do this, just imagine that the camera is zooming into my face. And now let's kill an ender dragon. I'm going to place one of these right here, and I just want to see how much sculk is generated from this lovely lady. Let's see how good my speedrunning skills are.
Hold
on, she's gone off somewhere.
Chat,
also,
I'm so confused. What? How much? Why would he assume that the dragon generates it? Am I missing something?
Just practiced exploding a bed, and the sculk catalyst has been completely destroyed. So, okay, they're not blast resistant. That's good to know.
Oh, my Lanza.
I don't know if I'm doing this right at all. I can take ya! I can take ya! This is not working. I feel like this is not the technique.
Mumbo knows you have to take down the end crystals, right? Because you notice every time it like knocks down some life, part of it regenerates.
Use. How many beds? How many beds?
Oh my god, this is awesome. He just has fun. I love this.
Right, is it gonna work? Do we even get sculk from this? We didn't even get any sculk. Well, we learned a lot from that. We learned that I'm never going to make a career of speedrunning, ever. Like, absolutely not. And that, sadly, the Ender Dragon does not just convert the entire End Island into a giant piece of sculk, which is kind of disappointing. But wait, you may have noticed...
Was there rumor that it would make sculk? Like, I'm so confused what he's thinking.
In the clip where I killed the Ender Dragon, as the portal is ignited, the sculk catalyst actually gets removed. So I just did it again, making sure that the sculk catalyst was outside of the zone, and as you can see, there is still no sculk. It's an absolute heartbreaker. But I'm not done with the end just yet, because the end provides us with incredibly fast mob farms. You see, if I build an Enderman Farm out here, we are going to be getting maximum spawn rates, which means we are going to be getting the maximum amount of sculk from our sculk catalyst. And that means I should be able to make a pretty efficient, fully AFKable XP farm. Right, let's see if this works how I imagine it will. So we've got a layer of stone, and then we've got the sculk catalyst in the middle, and yeah, I mean, everything seems to be working. So if I drop these Endermen down a tube, then they should fall on the stone blocks, and we have got ourselves sculk. A lot of sculk. That's more sculk than I was expecting. Now, ideally...
I am so confused. What is going on? How's that even working? So when the Enderman dies, it makes sculk? Okay, so he was assuming that when the dragon died, it did the same thing. Why is the Enderman doing that though? How does it regenerate skulk? Or not regenerate, generate?
Ideally, I would put my platform lower down so that we would get better rates and then have pointed dripstone down at the bottom to kill off our Enderman. But unfortunately, I can't place the pointed dripstone on top of these blocks because they're going to be pushed by pistons. As we're going to have a stone generator down at the bottom there that is going to be generating plenty of fresh stone that can then be converted into our skulk. Which reminds me, I just need to make sure of something. Do these drop XP when they explode?
No. Nope.
They don't. They don't drop XP.
No XP.
No, they
bro.
definitely don't, do they? What about these ones? These ones were generated by actual Enderman. Maybe they have XP in them. I'm gonna blow everything up, but it's worth it for this experiment. This video is it's full of heartbreak, isn't it? You see, I was going to have the stone generator, and then it was going to get...
Fam, this is awesome though, because I didn't even think, because a lot of people have been putting out videos on the snapshot, and it's in regards to like the warden, what the the dark castle, dark city looks. I think it's called Dark City. Anyways, what that looks like, but no one's like experimented with the blocks. Leave it to our Mumbo Jumbo to do it.
Skulk, and then it was going to get pushed off, and the TNT would explode the skulk, and then the XP would be fed back into me, and I'd be able to get tons and tons of levels. But sadly, that is no longer going to work. So it's time to go back to the drawing board. I think I have a bit of an idea. First things first, I actually need to build up the Ender itself. So I've got myself one of these Endermites in the middle here. All of the Endermen will run to try and kill it, and they'll drop down into all of these tubes. All we need is a big platform, which we now have, and everything seems to be working quite nicely. And we have got ourselves a lot of noise. An awful lot of noise. I forget how loud these things are. This animation is insane though. Look how cool this looks.
What are these blocks doing? Why?
This is ridiculously cool looking. Oh, we've got...
What is that? Why is there bubbles? What? I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
Interesting. I did not realize that skulk sensors generated. Is that going to be a problem? That might actually be a bit of a problem. Oh, another one's generated in the same spot. Why is it only generating in this spot? I keep removing it. It keeps coming back in that one position. I guess that's not the end of the world. Look, it's back again. What? Even after they've stopped spawning, this animation is still going crazy. I think there's like a lot of backlogged XP here. And just to double check, we definitely don't get any XP from these things when they're blown up by a TNT. This is something that I would absolutely love to be changed. Anyway, let's kick this thing into gear and see what it does. So we should start to get some stone now, and it is all very much being converted into skulk pretty quickly. Okay, so we've got a platform of skulk. Now the question is, with haste 2 and efficiency 5 on this hoe here, can I mine this stuff fast enough? The answer is yes.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, this kind of works. Like, all I have to do is put a weight on my keyboard, and then I can have automatic XP. It's not quite TNT explosions, but it's pretty good. Now, having tested this a little bit, it's still quite slow, and that is simply because this stone generator just isn't fast enough to keep up with my mining speed. So I guess we should add another stone generator. I've got to say, this was a good decision. I haven't actually turned it on yet, but it was a good decision because it looks cool. Now we find out if it was a good decision mechanically as well. I mean, I imagine it will be. Yeah.
And then he just has to mine it right in the middle?
I can't see that causing any problems currently. Nothing seems to be breaking right now, which is good. It's in a stable state. Let's get some Enderman spawning, which is really going to add to the noise. And now I'm in survival mode. I just hold down the left click button. Wow. Is this working?
Yes,
I think this might be working, you know?
It is so loud, but it's working.
This is twice as fast as the old one.
So impressive.
It might be broken.
For reals, fam, leave it to Mumbo to find something new. Like, I'm always so impressed with him. I still don't fully understand why when an Enderman dies on a block, a stone block, near Skulk, why does it convert it? I feel like it's like, you know, one moss block when you throw bone meal on it and it spreads. That's what this is doing. But when an Enderman dies. So is it feeding on death? Is death feeding it?
It is not broken. That was a false alarm. And after a little bit more testing, I can confirm that this is actually a viable solution for AFKable XP. All you have to do is just rebind the left click button to something on your keyboard, then put a weight on it, and then you can walk away from your PC and you will come back to a whole bunch of levels. And even if you don't end up getting it, just using this thing is ridiculously satisfying. But what if you want to store up all of the sculk blocks so that you can mine them later to get all of your levels? Well, then you could build a system like this one right here, which I constructed in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, although I can't help but notice I've definitely opened this in the wrong version, and yeah, it's removed all of the experimental blocks, but you get the idea. I was going to talk you through it, but now I've completely ruined this world, so you're gonna have to go back and watch that video. Let's move on to something slightly different. Down.
Oh, I wish the mustache was there. That would have been so epic. Okay, fam, here we see. This is what I want. I want to play this, but I can't. Like, I got the snapshot, but I can't figure out how to get into creative to get down there. I need to figure it out.
One in the ancient cities, which I just want to say
City.
are absolutely awesome. Definitely one of the coolest structure additions to Minecraft I've seen in a very long time. I mean, this is just beyond awesome. I cannot imagine how terrifying it would be to actually go through one of these in survival mode. It would be horrifying. But there is a structure right here that looks a lot like a portal. And I hate to say it, I don't think it is a portal. At least I haven't found any way to ignite it. I even tried firing snowballs into it, and I've had no luck. I actually got excited then. I actually thought I had done something then. Anyway, outside of the fact that this feels like it should be a portal, it's actually made out of really interesting blocks. These are called reinforced deep slate. You can't mine them. Okay, you can't mine them. You can't even explode them with TNT, but you can push them with pistons, which is interesting. And this is worth experimenting with, okay? Because currently they're unobtainable in survival, but potentially with some absolutely perfect timing of a piston push just as the TNT explodes, we might actually be able to break these blocks. It is so incredibly unlikely that we'll be able to break these blocks and actually get the items, but if we can, then I will be so happy.
He has just, you know, Mumbo always says he has 2 brain cells. His 2 brain cells are way more efficient than my whole brain. Like, I don't understand what he's doing here. So he's going to try and break a block by moving it with a piston, but exploding it right before, right?
Okay, let's see what our timing is like currently. So the TNT pops out. Oh, it's not far off. Let's try that again. I have high hopes. I don't know why I have high hopes. This is definitely not going to work. Well, I managed to remove them.
So he timed it for when it's moving the TNT to explode, and that got rid of them?
But they didn't drop anything, obviously. So if you want to get rid of these things, then I guess do that. But then they'll be gone forever. Experiment successfully failed. So these blocks are still very much unobtainable in survival mode. But if you were really dedicated, you could piston push them all the way from an ancient city up to where your base is. That would be commitment. But I guess if you used a series of flying machines, it actually would be quite possible, and I don't want to say easy, but it wouldn't be ridiculously hard. And if you did that, you could build an unbreakable piston door, which would be like the hardest flex ever. Just imagine you...
Oh my god. Right? Oh, this is genius! I mean, it would take forever to get these up here, because you'd have to move them like, wow, okay.
You come up to someone's base and they have an entrance like this. You know, I would just turn around and walk away, because I'm clearly not worthy
I'd be like,
of
oh,
their
they're
presence.
gonna kill me.
The actual door segment is all finished and it is working well, but there's one extra bit of spice that I want to add into this thing. You see, when I said these things are unbreakable, they're actually not quite unbreakable. They just take 80 seconds to break with a pickaxe, which in my eyes is basically unbreakable. Wow, this is very old school redstone here, but I've given up on compacting it. So with that 80-second breaking time, what I wanted to do is add a system that moves the blocks around in the door periodically. So if you start trying to break a block, then the timer is going to reset, meaning you'll never be able to actually break through. And you can see that is all of this absolutely awful circuitry right here. Every now and again, all of the blocks in the door shift, meaning that if you were trying to break through with a pickaxe, it wouldn't work. Now, the reason for all of this extra logic is to make sure that it doesn't fire that mechanism while the door's opening, or worse, while the door is actually open. So you can see our door is currently open. Now, if I close this thing up, everything closes up, and it actually fired at the exact same time as it closed, but you saw it managed to fix itself. So now the only sort of attack that this door is vulnerable to is a well-timed TNT explosion or end crystal explosion as the blocks are moving, but that would have to be perfectly timed. Of course, you know, they could just mile around your unbreakable door. A door is only as unbreakable as the blocks that surround it, I suppose, but I think it would be best if we all
Mumbo,
just
I love you, bro.
ignore that, please.
Oh my God, chat, let me bring you in. This, he always finds way to literally just be a genius, fam. Like, I didn't even, again, I still, chat, and maybe let me know in the comments, like, how does that work with the Enderman dying on a stone block, but if there's skulk near it, it expands the skulk? So with the exception of the dragon, does that mean anything that dies, any mobs? But the dragon didn't. But also I wonder, was the dragon too far away or what? But I'm really glad he did this, because this is something that no one's done, giving us, you know, what the blocks can do and stuff like that. Like, everyone has the idea, like, of also what I want to do, and that's just to explore the update. But Mumbo's like, you know what? Everybody's doing that already. I wonder what you can do with the blocks. And then he's like, they're in the redstone section? Oh my God. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you help support Mumbo by subscribing to his channel, liking the original video, and if you enjoyed my reaction, fam, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it great helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind to one another. And that's all I got. Boom! I'm out. Yeah! Got no love for the sauce gang. Peace. I think I'm gonna start doing that. Yeah! I don't know. I think it's funny. Peace out, fam. Love ya.